for several years now, there has been a gradual but consistent input of clarity into the field of humanity. We're waking up. As clarity increases, priorities shift. Because whatever was not a true reflection of our essential nature falls away. And a lot of beliefs and cultural conditioning and social structures have been built on an older understanding of what it is to be human and what we actually, who and what we actually are. The idea that there is an internal landscape and that what we think and feel has a real impact on our experience, on our life, on the quality of our lives. This is great. But it's a co-creative process between ourselves as individuals and the universal aspect of our own nature. And the universal aspect of our own nature dominates. And the universal aspect of our own nature wants evolution for the individual more than it wants comfort and ease for the individual. So when the choice is there, should the environment bring me information which will support my evolution but could be uncomfortable? Or should the environment bring me comforts? The environment always chooses for the evolution. What that means is that the responsibility sits in the hands of the individual to position themselves so that one is not resisting the evolutionary process. As long as one is not resisting the evolutionary process, as a general rule, the byproduct will be a relationship with the environment that is generally supportive of comfort and ease and access to resources, etc. There's a saying from Vedic philosophy, Yo Jagara Tamricha Kamayante. And it means, for he who is awake inside, the impulses of universal intelligence, the richas, seek him out. So when you are wanting that information from the universe, it seeks you out. But most often, the impulses of intelligence from the universe arise from within. Because the truth is that our little human bodies are antennas for the universe. We are like the sensitive perceptual organs by which the universe knows itself. But the whole body includes everything. So the sense organs are not separate from the rest of the body. They all commonly share the heart, the stomach, the spleen, just as we as humans commonly share the sun and the moon and the stars. It's all part of our body. So the channels by which our awareness accesses these archives of universal information are actually within ourselves. And they are established on the foundation of self-understanding, recognition of one's own essential nature. So the principle here is that every evolutionary experience that comes has a common thread within it. Each one, there's a common thread that runs between all of these evolutionary experiences, and that thread is one of supporting your ability to recognize, appreciate, and integrate your essential nature more efficiently. That process, especially the integration part, and also sometimes the purification part, depend upon the condition of the nervous system. Because to a large degree, on the surface, information comes through the senses of perception, but internally, information comes through the subtle senses of perception. And the mind processes. The mind and intellect are part of the processing function of the inner being. And all that is dependent upon the actual physical condition of the nervous system. Some of the means by which we experience truth, big truth with a capital T, are some of the means are like really good for the physical nervous system. And some require some sacrifice, some physical sacrifice. They all lead to greater understanding and greater self-realization. But some of them lead to that realization in a way that leaves you better positioned to own that knowledge in the long run. And others lead to self-realization that actually destroys the ability to own that knowledge in the long run. So decisions need to be made and priorities need to be set as to what technologies or techniques we use to experience the source of creation within us. That's the foundation of the essential self. In fact, we could say the source of creation is the essential self. There are many words we can use to describe the essential self. But the principle here is that the method itself is very important. And the methods fall into these four categories. Either the method is really good for your nervous system and makes your nervous system more stable and adaptable, and it supports further and faster and more efficient integration of the experience as you go forward. Or the experience supports the nervous system a little bit, at least it's not damaging. It's not damaging the nervous system. But it could, but there's some techniques that are more powerful than others as far as helping one move forward. There are some techniques that actually damage the nervous system a little bit. And many people, many of us have, I have in my past, followed paths that allowed me a glimpse of totality, a glimpse of the divine within me, but also had some kind of toxic effect or some damaging effect on the nervous system. And then there are those technologies for experiencing the source of creation that are really quite highly damaging to the nervous system. And I think we could put near-death experiences into that category. For instance, it's like not recommended because you come out of it damaged, right? I mean, it's not that one can't say, well, you shouldn't, because some people have near-death experiences and that is their path forward. But, and I know people, I have clients who've had like many near-death experiences, or getting really terrible illnesses is the way they let go of the relative and find their way to the deeper levels of creation. But it's not recommended. And the fact that in this world at this time, there are technologies that let you experience the source of creation in a way that is graceful and healthful and restful and completely supportive of the nervous system means that it's not really necessary to do these others. Drugs, hallucinogenic drugs fall into this category here, where there's like some damage that occurs in the nervous system, but not so much that it really stops a lot of people from moving in that direction. So I recommend take the royal path. There are ways of reaching the source of creation through any of the five senses or the mind or intellect that are not only not damaging to the nervous system, but actually supportive of the health of the nervous system. And so in the end, you've got the two parts of your nature working together. You've got the unmanifest wholeness, which is experienced by awareness through the awareness and is like expansive and amazing and inebriating and blissful and wonderful. And then you've got the physiology becoming more and more and more refined and strong and stable and flexible, adaptable, like that, all at the same time. It's my recommendation. And oh, what sorts of things fall into that category? I recommend transcending meditation. Yoga also would be, and let's see, different types of arts. Sometimes the arts, depending on how you orchestrate your time with them, right? You know, if you're doing them at the appropriate time of day. And so the arts also fall into that category. There are many. There are many.